Italy is once again reeling, after failing to reach a second straight World Cup, throwing away automatic qualification before falling to a devastating defeat in the playoffs to North Macedonia. Welcome to Football Diaries. From Euro glory to World Cup disaster, what happened to Italy? The Azzurri conceded 2 minutes into stoppage time, in a 1-0 defeat. That means the Euro 2020 winners will not be present at the World Cup in Qatar. One of the hallmarks of the early stages of Roberto Mancini's reign as coach, was that he gave the players freedom to enjoy their football. He insisted on an expansive style of play which engaged supporters and created real momentum heading into the Euro. After bringing in new faces throughout the team, Italy won every match in Euro qualification, and their first 3 World Cup qualifiers, often with a more relaxed style than traditionally associated with the discipline-focused Italians. However, once Leonardo Spinazzola injured his Achilles tendon in their 2-1 quarterfinal win over Belgium, Italy lost a key outlet and regressed to a more traditional, solid style which bled into their performances post-Wembley. On Thursday Italy dominated as expected, but there was a huge feeling of tension on the pitch, which had increased with each underwhelming performance. The win over Belgium in Munich, in the Euro quarterfinal, was their 13th in a row, stretching back to the previous November, during which time they had scored 36 times and conceded just twice. Between then and Thursday's disaster, they drew 6 times in 9 matches, with 5 of their 13 goals coming in one of their 2 wins, against Lithuania. Mancini said that the good luck we had in our favor changed into total bad luck, and while good fortune doesn't explain why he persisted with off-form players like Lorenzo Insigne and Nicola Barella. If Jorginho scored his stoppage-time penalty in Italy's group stage qualifier against Switzerland, Italy would almost certainly have their ticket to Qatar. However, the Chelsea midfielder smashed his spot kick onto the Stadio Olimpico running track. The match finished 1 apiece. And that allowed the Swiss to steal first place in Group C on the final day. The story would also probably have been different. The hero of a famous Euro shootout win over France, Jan Sommer, if not saved another Jorginho penalty in September's goalless draw in Basel. Penalties may not be a complete lottery, but to win 2 shootouts, after being the worst side in the Euro semi-final and final, requires some good fortune. That luck has simply run out since. 9 months after lifting Euro 2020, the Azzurri are forced to ponder on a surprising defeat. That means they will miss their 2nd World Cup in a row, following their absence from the 2018 edition in Russia. Less than a year after lifting the European Championship by defeating England on penalties at Wembley, the Italian media were quick to criticize Roberto Mancini's squad. The unthinkable prospect of successive World Cup absences is now stark reality, and the ramifications of the inquest into this most shocking of upsets could be wide-ranging. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, hit like button, and subscribe us for more.
2022 will be another big year for football with the FIFA World Cup. And the list of players that will be free agents. There are a bunch of star names who will be available for no fee. Here Football Diaries lists the best 11 free agents available in 2022. Number 1, goalkeeper, Andre Onana. Andre Onana is likely to leave Ajax in this year. He has been out for the majority of the season, subject to a doping ban. Will leave the club at the end of the season. Inter Milan has been considered a potential destination for the 25-year-old goalkeeper. Number 2, right back, Cesar Azpilicueta. The term of the 32-year-old Chelsea captain is scheduled to expire in this year. Azpilicueta, Chelsea icon, has been a regular in Chelsea's 5-man defence, playing as a right centre-back, or right wing-back. Number 3, centre-back, Andreas Christensen. Christensen's current deal expires at the end of June. This means he is now able to sign a pre-contract agreement with clubs outside of England. The 25-year-old looked to be on the verge of signing a new 4-year contract, but negotiations fell apart and Chelsea will now have to start over. Number 4, centre-back, Antonio Rudiger. The German defender is widely considered as one of the top centre-backs in the Premier League right now. Rudiger's contract will expire next summer, and it appears likely that he will complete a free transfer to another top club in Europe. Number 5, left-back, Marcelo. After 16 years at Real Madrid, Marcelo's contract expires in June of 2022. He have offers from his native Brazil, but he believes he can still offer something in the elite of European football. Number 6, midfielder, Marcelo Brozovic. Inter will meet with Marcelo Brozovic to discuss contract renewal in the aim of starting the process of reaching an agreement. Brozovic's current contract is due to expire at the end of June 2022, but the 28-year-old is a vital member of Inter's midfield and the club has no intention of letting him leave on a free transfer next summer. Number 7, midfielder, Frank Kessie. According to Italian media, the possibilities of Frank Kessie renewing his contract with Milan's hopes are fading with each passing day, according to the newspapers. The Ivorian midfielder, who is targeted by Tottenham and PSG, would be sent farewell in the style of Donnarumma. Number 8, midfielder, Paul Pogba. The French midfielder is now into the final months of his current contract at Manchester United, and he is yet to commit to an extension. The rumoured destinations have always been Real Madrid and also PSG, who were strongly linked to Pogba at the back end of last season. Number 9, winger, Lorenzo Insigne. The Italy forward has spent his whole senior career on the books of the Naples outfit, where he made his debut back in 2010, having come through their youth system. But according to the reports, he is now ready to walk away from Napoli at the age of 30, to move to Canada after agreeing a lengthy deal, which will continue until 2027. Number 10, winger, Paulo Dybala. Juventus and Paulo Dybala have been in talks over a contract extension for some time now. The attacker will be a free agent at the end of this season if both parties cannot find an agreement. Several reports have hinted that he has already agreed to the terms of a new contract offer from the club. However, a new deal until 2026, as suggested, hasn't been officially announced by the club yet. Number 11, centre-forward, Kylian Mbappé. Real Madrid offered €180 million for the French international last summer, but PSG preferred to keep hold of their 23-year-old striker with the club, now likely to lose him in the summer on a free transfer. PSG had hoped that playing alongside Lionel Messi would be enough to keep him at the Parc des Princes, but the Frenchman recently revealed that he had requested to leave in the summer. So, that's it for today's video. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.
Chelsea's Champions League defense is over, after a pulsating quarter-final against Real Madrid, ended in a 5-4 aggregate win for the Spanish Giants. Welcome to Football Diaries. Real Madrid crushed Chelsea's Champions League dreams on Tuesday, as Karim Benzema ensured a wild quarter-final comeback with his extra-time winner. Benzema secured the victory in the 96th minute, using his head to beat Edward Mendy. For the fourth time across two legs, Chelsea had overturned the 3-1 deficit. They faced entering the game to take a 4-3 lead, only to see Real Madrid break their hearts late on. Before the game, manager Thomas Tuchel demanded better organization from his players, after a first leg trashing at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea responded with an impressive performance, by controlling possession for long spells, and keeping Benzema under wraps until extra time. The Blues became just the second English team to score 3 goals away against Real Madrid, in all European competitions. In the European Cup in May 1968, Madrid vs United match ended with 3-3 draw. Additionally, they became just the second team, in all European competitions to play more than one away match to Real Madrid, and still undefeated. It was a triumph, though, secured by individual quality and collective sweat, rather than by Ancelotti's cunning design. With Chelsea rampant and 3 goals up, Kai Havertz's header was brilliantly saved by Thibaut Courtois, and 2 minutes later, Luka Modric sublimely set up Rodrigo's crucial strike. The evergreen Croatian played an instinctive, brilliant, dipping pass with the outside of his boot, which landed perfectly at Rodrigo's feet for him to fire past Edward Mendy. The Brazilian's goal forced extra time, and 6 minutes into it, Karim Benzema, who Antonio Rudiger had marshaled well until that point, headed home to put Madrid in front on aggregate. The performance as a whole to that point had been fragile. Ancelotti's side looked unsure of their game plan, nervously sitting on their 2-goal first-leg lead. The Italian wanted Madrid to defend and try to strike on the counter-attack with Vinicius Jr. and Benzema if they could, but Chelsea penned them in, pressing well and slowly turning the screw. Goals followed for the visitors, in front of an increasingly worried Bernabeu crowd. Mason Mount curled brilliantly past Courtois, from the edge of the box in the 15th minute, making Madrid even more unsettled, with their advantage reduced to just 1. Rudiger, who may wear white next season if his Chelsea contract situation is not resolved, put in a monumental performance and headed home the second from a corner, with Madrid missing Eder Militao's aerial presence. And when Timo Werner netted the third, after Marcos Alonso's goal had been ruled out for handball, it looked like Madrid were succumbing to another thrashing like the one Barcelona doled out in the capital a few weeks ago, or Paris Saint-Germain's dominance over most of the last 16 tie could have led to. Ancelotti's game plan had been unpicked by Thomas Tuchel. He had picked his team up from their Benzema-inspired battering at Stamford Bridge, and armed them with what they needed to get on top of Madrid. They were significantly more alert when it came to cutting passing lines to Benzema, who was starved of service for much of the game. It took 3 moments of individual quality to swing the balance in Madrid's favor, from Courtois, from Modric and from Benzema, while substitute Eduardo Camavinga offered a lot to the team after his introduction, helped them win the midfield battle in extra time. Madrid may face an even greater challenge in the semi-final if Pep Guardiola's Manchester City hold their advantage against Atletico Madrid. The Catalan is another coach who will believe he can get the better of his opposite number. But Los Blancos retained players as decisive as Benzema, Courtois and Modric, who was serenaded by fans at full time after playing the full 120 minutes at 36 years old and improving as the game went on. You can never, ever rule them out. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe us for more. Real Madrid was paired with Chelsea in Friday's UEFA Champions League draw. With 13 UEFA Champions League trophies in the cabinet, you might think that Real Madrid are going to win when they meet Chelsea in April, but the Blues have an impressive record against the Spanish giants. Welcome to Football Diaries. Today we're going to look at the Chelsea's impressive record against Real Madrid. Just this past season, Chelsea defeated Madrid 3-1 on aggregate at the semi-final stage of the UEFA Champions League, before going on to beat Manchester City in the final. Both sides would likely have preferred an easier opponent. But Benfica were paired to Liverpool, while Bayern Munich got Villarreal. Early odds from bookmakers suggest that they are struggling to find a clear favorite between Real and Chelsea. But history points emphatically to the Blues, who have remarkably never lost to Real Madrid. The two famous teams have faced each other 5 times previously. Real Madrid never won a match against Chelsea, while Chelsea having 3 wins out of 5. Other 2 matches ended up in draw. In 1971 they met in UEFA European Cup Winners' Cup final for the first time. Madrid was challenging for their 7th European trophy overall, a record among European clubs at the time, while the West Londoners were seeking their first ever European honor. After a 1-1 draw in Greece, Chelsea won 2-1 in a replay 2 days later. In 1998 they met for the 3rd time in UEFA Super Cup final. Gus Poyet goal sealed a 1-0 win for Chelsea over Real. They met for the 4th and 5th time in the last season's Champions League semi-final. The first leg in Madrid had ended 1-1 draw. Timo Werner and Mason Mount scored in the second leg and Chelsea won 2-0 at Stamford Bridge. The winner of the tie between Chelsea and Real Madrid will face the winner of Atletico Madrid versus Manchester City. On the other side, it will be either Benfica or Liverpool who fight for a spot in the final against either Villarreal or Bayern Munich in the semi-final. The big final game will now be played at the Stade de France, in Paris on 28 May. It was moved from St. Petersburg following Russia's invasion and continued aggression against the Ukraine. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, hit like button, and subscribe us for more. The Africa Cup of Nations is always a star-studded event. The African football fans get to see some of the best players in the world compete on an international platform. There are a long list of best players competing for the Africa Cup of Nations 2022, but there will also be plenty of undeniable world-class goalkeepers, defenders, midfielders, and attackers in action. Welcome to Football Diaries. Today we list top 10 players at the Africa Cup of Nations 2022. Number 10. Achraf Hakimi, right back, Morocco. Hakimi has been in the Morocco lineup over the past 2 years, and played every minute of the team's run to the knockout stage of Afcon 2019. In October, the 23-year-old PSG right back has named the best right back in the world, in a poll conducted by the football news outlet, Goal.com and FIFA 22. Number 9. Kalidou Koulibaly, center back, Senegal. The current Napoli defender gained attention 2 years ago, as a potential high-value transfer target, and he is still one of Europe's best defenders. He was born in France to Senegalese parents, and as a result, he was eligible to play for both countries at the international level. He began his career with the France national under-20 football team. In 2015, he earned his senior debut for Senegal, and he was part of the Senegal squad that competed in the 2018 FIFA World Cup. Franck Kessié, midfielder, Ivory Coast. The AC Milan star central midfielder Franck Kessié is one of the highly rated midfielders in Italy's top-flight football. The player represented Ivory Coast at under-17 and under-20 levels, appearing in the 2013 FIFA Under-17 World Cup. At the age of 17, Kessié played his first international game with the senior national team. At the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations, he finished as the joint top assist provider of the tournament. Number 7. Sébastien Haller, forward, Ivory Coast. Haller is an entirely different player this season, and a real candidate for the tournament's top scorer title. Indeed, he can claim to be in the best form comparing to stars in the competition, scoring an incredible 10 goals over his 6 Champions League group stage matches this campaign, plus another 12 in 17 Eredivisie matches. With Wilfried Zaha and Nicolas Pepe in the attack, Ivory Coast is a serious title contender in the tournament. Number 6. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, forward, Gabon. Aubameyang, who has been left out of the Arsenal squad and rumored to be on his way out, will be extremely eager to play in the tournament, and to show the world and Gunners manager Mikel Arteta how good he is. The former Arsenal captain is Gabon's all-time top goalscorer. He made his senior debut for Gabon in 2009. He was 19 years old at that time, and appeared in 4 Africa Cup of Nations tournaments. Number 5. Thomas Partey, midfielder, Ghana. Partey is a true box-to-box midfielder who can lead Ghana deep into the knockout stage. Ghana coach has backed Black Stars midfielder to show the quality that could make him the best player of the Africa Cup of Nations. The Ghanaian international represented his nation at 2 Africa Cup of Nations tournaments, and won the Ghana Player of the Year in 2018 and 2019. Number 4. Edouard Mendy, goalkeeper, Senegal. Since joining Chelsea in 2020, Edouard Mendy has proved himself as one of the top Premier League players, and his talent should be on full display in this competition. Senegal advanced to the final of the 2019 competition thanks to Mendy's heroics, and they'll be looking to win this time. The 29-year-old is arguably one of the best goalkeepers in the English Premier League this season. Number 3. Sadio Mane, forward, Senegal. The Liverpool star is the leader of the star-studded Senegal lineup. As Liverpool loses their couple of elite attackers, Mane has seemed tired, due to overuse for Liverpool this season, and it wouldn't be surprising if Senegal rested him at stages during the group stage. But the tournament might also provide an opportunity for the Reds player to reclaim his best form. He has 7 goals in his last 11 games for Senegal heading into the competition. Number 2. Riyad Mahrez, forward, Algeria. Mahrez has established himself as one of Manchester City's most important players this season. He could continue to deliver the positive attacking form to the tournament as the best player in the defending African champions lineup. Mahrez scored a crucial late goal in the 2019 Afcon semi-final, and he needs to play a bigger role this season if Algeria is going to defend their title. Number 1. Mohamed Salah, forward, Egypt. Mo Salah, the star of the tournament. Salah is on a goal-scoring run, leading the Premier League in goals. He'll be expecting that form carries over to the African Cup. The Liverpool superstar is the tournament's most prolific goalscorer, with 45 goals in 74 appearances for Egypt. These are the top 10 players at the Africa Cup of Nations 2022. So, who did we miss? Let us know in the comment section below. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button and like for more. See you next time. Top 5 Transfer targets Newcastle United should sign to avoid relegation. This January, all eyes are on Tyneside, as Newcastle United began their first transfer market as a billionaire club. The Magpies have been eager to do business as they fight to avoid relegation from the Premier League. The Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia, Amanda Staveley, and the Reuben brothers became the richest owners in the Premier League when they purchased Newcastle United in October 2021 for £300 million. Newcastle is already in the relegation zone. They are desperate to avoid relegation, and when you consider Newcastle's style of play, and how heavily they rely on counter-attacking football, we get the impression that they need to add a new depth to their all 3 departments. However, Newcastle have already made steps to bolster their squad, with Kieran Trippier's £12 million signing from Atletico Madrid having already been completed. Still, Magpies need strengthen their squad to avoid relegation. Here Football Diaries list 5 players Newcastle United should sign this month to keep their spot in English top tier. Number 1. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Following a fallout between Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta and Gabonese international Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, the former Arsenal captain has been linked away with a January transfer. Given their newfound fortune, Newcastle are among the numerous clubs that interested in signing Aubameyang. This deal might boost their present attacking lineup. Newcastle could therefore look to capitalize this month and make a lucrative offer for Aubameyang. The Arsenal striker has overall tally of 92 goals in 165 club appearances for Arsenal. This would make him a stellar signing for the club. Number 2. Anthony Martial. According to various sources, a new Sevilla bid for Manchester United striker Anthony Martial is due to be submitted at any time. But Newcastle is waiting in the wings if the deal falls through. Since the January transfer market began, the future of Anthony Martial has been a hot topic at Old Trafford. In December, Martial's representative revealed that his client is looking for a new challenge. United's interim manager Ralph Rangnick stated that a departure may be sanctioned, but only on Manchester United's terms. Magpies are now desperately trying to sign a striker before Saturday's relegation battle at home to Watford. Callum Wilson is sidelined for around 2 months with a calf injury, meaning their interest in Martial could be ramped up this week. Number 3. Corentin Tolisso. The French international would be a fine addition for Newcastle and Eddie Howe. With Eddie Howe looking to turn Newcastle into a more possession-based team, Tolisso could be a great addition. He is superb on the ball and has really good vision. Howe needs a top-quality central midfielder who is comfortable on the ball and can dictate the tempo of games. Tolisso is certainly capable of such things. He is open to leaving Bayern Munich in January, with reported Newcastle and Tottenham transfer links. Bayern are keen to offload the Frenchman during the mid-season market, to avoid him leaving for free next summer. His contract at the Allianz Arena will expire in June, and there are no plans from either side to extend. His departure is inevitable as things currently stand in Bavaria, so Bayern hope to earn some form of compensation. The midfielder became their club record arrival at the time of his arrival from Lyon in 2017. Number 4. Sven Botman. In the January transfer window, Sven Botman has emerged as Newcastle United's main defensive target. Eddie Howe has a significant transfer budget for the January window, and his side's defensive frailties came to the fore once again, as they were on the receiving end of an FA Cup third-round upset by Cambridge United at the weekend. As a result, Newcastle have still kept just one clean sheet since the campaign got underway in August. The Lille central defender's interest was originally revealed in early December, and it remained throughout the month of December and into the January transfer window. Botman, who is turning 22 on Wednesday, has already played at the highest level as a key player and top defender for Lille last season, helping them to a surprise league title victory against French giants PSG. He has been called up for the Dutch senior squad and yet to play for them. Number 5. Diego Carlos. The Brazilian centre-half is recognized as a priority by Magpies, due to a leaky backline, conceding 42 goals in 19 games already this season, the joint most in the Premier League. The 28-year-old made a modest start to his career in Brazil, still a relatively unknown. He signed for Nantes for £2 million in 2016, then moved to Sevilla. Diego Carlos soon established as a more aggressive and no-nonsense defender in Europe top flight. Carlos earned a big money move to La Liga in 2019, and soon established himself as one of the best center-backs in the league. He was vital in Sevilla's Europa League triumph in 2020. He scored winning goal in the final, as his overhead kick was deflected into the net by Romelu Lukaku. Signing Carlos would be a perfect fit for Magpies. These are 5 players Magpies should sign to avoid the relegation. So what do guys think? Who should Newcastle sign? Let us know in the comment section below. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed, hit the subscribe button and like for more. See you in the next time.